Hello and welcome everyone. Today we have with us the gorgeous Preetika Rao sharing her childhood memories with all you guys. So let's start the interview with her now.
Okay, what? Ask me your question.
So Preetika, how has been your childhood?
Uh, I think as a child I was very creative. I was always up to something, either drawing or doing something, which was everything was very creatively inclined. Either I would be drawing, painting, or making stuff out of something. And I have memories of participating in, I used to love participating in dance performances and like drama, in school, yeah. So that's all I remember of my, like, I and my sister used to have these dance competitions between the two of us. We would keep dancing all the time, and we would have like our cousins come over. We would make them sit and judge the dances, we would do all kinds of things, yeah.
And how naughty were you as a kid?
How naughty was I? I don't think I was a naughty kid. Uh, I was just a very hyper bubbly kid, maybe, and that too because I had a sister around. If I didn't have a sister around, then maybe I would have been a quieter kid. But because when you have company, I think you get hyper, and that's what was happening to me.
And who used to pamper you the most?
Nobody pampered me as a kid, and nobody still pampers me. I probably look like a very pampered child, but not my dad, not my mom, not my sister. Actually, not really. My sister was too busy to pamper me. So I've never been a pampered child, but I miss being pampered. I wish I was pampered, but I'm gonna pamper my child if ever I become a mom. I'll really pamper my child. Yeah.
And बचपन में सबसे ज़्यादा मार किससे पड़ी है?
मार नहीं पड़ी है, डांट पड़ी है. My father, he's like a disciplinarian, he's like Hitler. He's very, 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 very strict. He's like an army man. He's like 6'2" in his height, and very good personality. And he's always like, since my childhood, he was like, you always had to wear slippers at home. You have to eat with your fork and spoon. And he was like a very strict teacher. So, but when you grow up, then you realize that all these little things really shape up your personality, and they make you a better, disciplined person in life. Yeah.
So what you have thought of becoming when you grew old?
When I was a child, I knew I wanted to be an actor. I think even when I was 5 years old, I knew I want to be an actor, and that's why I was participating in all these little competitions and stuff. And maybe a little later on in life, I had this dream of being a model when I was in my 6th and 7th grade, but I never thought I would be one until Amrita suddenly got into the profession. She started modeling and then acting, and then there was a phase when I was like a little confused whether I really want to do this. Then I was focusing more on my studies, and then I think eventually destiny has its way of just pushing you into some field that you're destined for. And of course you have to have the aptitude for it, the inclination for it, and the interest for it. It's not just about interest. It's not just about liking a profession. You have to have the aptitude for it too. Then it works out for you. Yeah.
So what are your memories related to school?
Very bad. I probably had the worst school experience ever. So I don't really speak about my school because I never. And when teachers are teaching the students, they should teach you and they should give you respect. Even if you're in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, they should give you that respect. But unfortunately, I had very older teachers teaching me. So all my teachers were like in their 50s and 60s. So they must have been born, I don't know in which year. They had very different mentality when it came to teaching and, like treating children. So I don't remember teachers, maybe very few ones who were really nice, gentle, friendly. Rest, all of them were like Miss Hitlers. All of them, sorry, Mrs. Hitlers, all of them.
ऐसी कोई पनिशमेंट मिली हो स्कूल में?
Punishment. Punishment, nahi. Nahi, not really. No.
सीधी सादी बच्ची.
Yeah, I see. I'm not a teacher's favorite, but I was, yeah, I was not somebody who would give, like punish. Like I would not get punished because I was doing something which was naughty or something against the rules. No, never.
And your childhood crush?
I had a crush on Sonu Nigam when I was growing up because I used to love his voice, and when he used to start singing, I used to be like, that's probably the first crush ever I remember was Sonu Nigam. Uske baad not anybody that I really remember that I had a crush on. No.
स्कूल में भी नहीं.
Nahi. I never had a crush on actors. I don't know why. I was this girl who, I never had crush on any actor. And when my friends used to like say, oh, this actor, that actor, I never really, found them like really great or hot or something. No.
So how has been your equation with your sister during your childhood days?
The equation was like this. I'm just kidding. She was very busy when I was growing up. She was very, very busy. She used to go on for long schedules, and I would never, get to meet her. So I used to wait for her to come back home. When is she coming? So I used to literally wait. And then finally, after she would be back, she would tell me what she did in her shoot and how her schedule was. So yeah, she's had a long career in Bollywood. Very few actresses get that, that kind of honor to have like a 10-year career where you're the main lead, because in this industry people just come and go, so all throughout my the growing up years, Amrita was very busy, and we would just have these nice moments where we would go to the sea face and sit down and chat and stuff.
कभी झगड़े होते होंगे बचपन में?
हाँ, क्यों नहीं होंगे?
किस बात पे सबसे ज़्यादा झगड़े होते थे?
मुझे याद भी नहीं है. I think when you're kids, you just randomly fight on silly things which you just I don't even remember.
Okay. And one thing that you will always cherish about your childhood?
Maybe the holiday trips that I had with my grandparents and my mom. I remember going to Goa with my grandparents. I was 5, but I have very vivid memories of that trip. I remember the greenery around and the temples and everything. It was so beautiful. And then this was with my maternal grandparents. Then I remember a trip that I did to Tirupati with my grandmom, like my father's mom, and that was also a beautiful memory. But then when I was growing up, my dad used to always, he couldn't think beyond Mathiran, because he's a horse rider. So he wanted to go to Mathiran and ride the horses and all that. So we would very frequently go to Mathiran, like whenever there was a break. This was like when I was like in my 6th or maybe 7th standard, yeah.
And craziest thing you used to do as a kid?
Craziest thing? Craziest thing I did as a kid? No, I don't remember any crazy stuff that I did. Or maybe everything I did in that age was crazy. And I thought it was sane. Yeah.
And what do you miss the most about your childhood?
See, if you ask me whether I would want to go back to my childhood, no, I wouldn't want to go back. Because, the real life starts when you grow up, not when you're a kid. So, but yeah, like I'm very fortunate that my mom put me to these classes at the right time. Like she put me at for this music training, Hindustani classical music class, which was barely twice a week. It was barely twice a week, and it was I think some 10 students in one class. But what I would do is, what happens is that when you do these classes, even if there's a long gap, you still remember what you learned. It just stays with you. Even Kathak, I learned Kathak just for 1 month probably, just the basic footwork, and this was also like almost 10 years back. But still, you remember, you don't forget. Even Bharatnatyam, the same thing. I must have learned Bharatnatyam for like 4-5 months. And today it helps me in my profession. So all of you out there, I think if you have little these dreams, you should go and hone your skills and cultivate that talent. It really helps. Whether you take it up professionally, become an actor or not, doesn't really matter, because these days people are like having dance classes and music classes all over the place. I mean, yeah.
So how do you feel when you look back to your childhood days now?
It was memorable. My childhood was really memorable. I really enjoyed my childhood. I still remember so many things vividly, especially related to dance, drama, and yeah, it was a memorable childhood. I wouldn't say it was the best childhood ever. I wouldn't say that. But yeah, I mean, it was just a beautiful time and space.
So any message you would like to convey to your fans regarding childhood days, how to enjoy and cherish it forever?
I'm sure the people who are watching me right now, their childhood phase is gone. So I would just like to tell them that if you meet children and if you have a child in future, you should start giving respect to that child ever since that child is born. Don't think that children deserve respect and attention once they become adults. No, that's not the case, because that's the age when they're growing up. They will be crazy, they'll be all over the place, but you need to understand them and just give them their space and attention and importance. And I'm sure one day they will remember you for everything that you do, the time you gave them, the message you inculcated in them as they were growing up. They will remember everything. Yeah. I wanted to tell you guys one thing, that it's her birthday today, and she's interviewing me, and I would like to wish her a very, very happy birthday, Anvesha. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you
birthday
so
to
much.
you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And she's my most favorite journalist actually in India. For my most favorite journalist is Anvesha Kamal.
And she's my most favorite too.
क्या बात है?
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Bye.
We hope you guys enjoy this segment and knowing more about Preetika's childhood. Anvesha Kamal, cameraman Mangesh, India Forums, Mumbai.
Hi, this is Preetika Rao, Aapki Alia from Ventaha. You're watching me on India Forums, and please subscribe to What's Up TV.